So as you guys might know, might be able to hear, I have builders doing a lot of garden works in my house at the minute. So obviously I can't film how I normally would, but I still wanted to carry on with this challenge. So I thought today we could focus on a little bit of the style aspect, because I don't really feel like I've done much in that category yet. So I figured I would start with the basics and then kind of like work my way up, layer it up. So what I'm going to be doing today is starting with my bare face. As you can see, I have brushed my brows up with a little bit of brow glue this morning, but that's going to be coming off in a sec because I'm going to laminate my brows myself. Recently I have made my eyebrows a lot thinner. They might not look like it at the moment, but I will try and find a photo of what they used to look like. They were humongous, and as much as I love me a bushy brow, I just don't think it suits my face shape because I've got quite a strong jaw. From what I've been reading online, I need something more like arched, angular going on to kind of break it up. So whilst I can't film for a few days because of what's going on in the garden, I thought it would be a good time to laminate my brows and hopefully give myself a lash lift as well, because as you may know if you've ever watched Legally Blonde, when you have any sort of perming treatment, which is what a lash lift or a brow lamination is, you can't get it wet for at least 24 hours. It's getting very noisy out there, so I'm going to film myself doing my little brow lamination and hopefully it makes me feel like a new person. Look, this is a very unprofessional filming setup. I'm just taking my rollers out of my hair and I thought I would do it with you guys because I feel like my hair's really grown. If you don't know the backstory on my hair, it used to be literally to my waist, like, yeah, it used to touch my butt. And I swore I would never ever bleach it again. It was like really dark. This is my little robe as well, sidetracking. So it makes me feel fancy. I've actually just filmed an ASMR video in it because it kind of went with the theme. I'm trying to romanticize my life a little bit more, and wearing a nice little silk robe makes me feel fancier when I'm getting ready in the morning. Anyway, back to my hair. So yeah, it was really long and dark. I swore I would never bleach it again, and then did. And then I had to cut it all off. And now it is this length. Well, it was actually like this length at Christmas. So it's grown quite a lot, and I hated it. I'm trying to learn to love my hair now. I'm trying to learn to love myself in general. And my plan is to try and figure out a hairstyle that I can do that doesn't require like too much heat. So I did actually use the straighteners on this because I washed it yesterday and it was crazy. So I just like curled it round first and then put the rollers in. But I would like to try and do it just straight from damp and see how it goes. Obviously I have a lot of volume in my hair anyway, so I probably don't need the rollers, but I just feel like they give it a nice shape. This is always the worst bit. It's always the bit that ruins it. We've got like nice big volume and then this bit. Cross your fingers. Oh, see, look at that. What do I look like right now? Just give it like a brush through and hope that it kind of sorts itself out. I mean, I guess that doesn't look too bad, does it? I do this to my hair a million times a day, and that's why I always roll it backwards, because that's the way it just tends to naturally go. But I'm quite happy with that. Let me try and turn around and show you. I have no idea what the back looks like right now. It's probably all still in its roller sections and crazy, but we do have the movement, which I love. And I love a hairstyle that doesn't have to be kept in place. Like I said, because I do this so much, I love hair that can just kind of like fall wherever it is. So for part of this challenge, I said that I wanted to look at like my style and my image, and I wanted to get a signature look. So this was kind of a practice to see how much I liked the putting it in rollers now that it's a little bit longer. But I need to try and figure out like a couple of go-to hairstyles, because when I'm filming, something that takes me the longest is figuring out what I'm going to do for my hair. And I love me a slick back pony. If you've been here before, you will have seen that. I think I quite like this. It's just how well it holds and how well it looks on camera when I'm filming ASMR, because I'm normally a little bit closer than this and it is quite big. But overall, I think this roller hairstyle is a win. I'm actually really happy with it, which is not something I've said about my hair for about 18 months. So this is a win. This is another look we can go for. Will it work as well if I don't use the straighteners? We shall see, because ideally I'm trying not to use too much heat on my hair. But I feel like we've made a little bit of progress in the hairstyle aspect of like the style and image section. I need you guys to be really proud of me. I'm eating strawberries. There's chocolate buttons in that fridge, just there. And I've chosen a strawberry. Well, my brain actually chose all the chocolate buttons, but here we are. So I'm proud of myself for this. A win is a win. What a horrific angle this is. I've got you propped up on my dresser at the minute. I'm just getting ready to film and wanted to go through like my plan with my hair. My hair at the minute is driving me insane. I've said before that I ruined it. My hair was literally waist length and I ruined it by bleaching it all. By the way, this white tongue is this yogurt drink. And there was like no illnesses going on. I think I've said that in like every video. But I'm having my protein, which is good. So my hair, I hate it at the minute because I am really trying to go no heat. This is my plan. I need my hair to grow. Not massively, but I just need like these bits to be the same sort of length as the bottom. So I'm going to be trying out some no heat hairstyles. Obviously I have my rollers, but I have to share this with you. This is literally the best leave-in conditioner I have ever used. It's Charles Worthington Moisture Seal, and I use about that much on either side, like I try and split my hair in half, and then just pull it all through the ends of my hair. Normally focus on the front because that's where I put more bleach, and then I'll do the same on the other side. I always do this when my hair is damp, fresh out the shower, but because I'm going to be doing a slick back look today, I thought it can't hurt to have a little bit of extra moisture. I do also try and do this before I go to bed if my ends are feeling kind of crispy, which, let's be honest, they usually are. The thing that I absolutely love about this leave-in conditioner is it doesn't make my hair greasy. I've tried so many over the years and they just make your hair feel like weighed down, greasy, kind of gross. And this just makes it like soft and nice and delicious. So when I'm doing a slick back look, I will normally put a little bit more in than I would if I was wearing my hair down, and then I just follow up with my Moroccan oil. So whilst I'm just prepping my hair to slick it back, I thought I would just walk you through my plan. As you can probably see, my roots are to about here at the minute. I bleach my hair myself. I think I've mentioned that before. And my plan is to try not to bleach it. Well, that was my initial plan. The plan's now changed, shock horror. But, you know, we have ADHD. Rather than doing a full head of highlights, if I just get my hair to grow out a little bit, keep a lot of like the natural brown colour, but then pull through some kind of balayage highlight somewhere in between kind of pieces, it will still make me feel like I've had a full head of highlights. Obviously I won't be having the full head of damaged hair. So at the front here you can see I usually have like 2 super blonde pieces, and then I've been trying to grow it out. You can see last time I just did these bits. The only thing is then when I slick my hair back, I feel like it's really obvious. I don't know. I'm just rambling. Again, I just like having you guys here with me and doing the body double thing. Also, I haven't worked out this morning. I've just literally had a shower and then put my dressing gown on because sensory issues. I just, you know, when you just don't want to wear clothes. Like the thought of putting real clothes on today just made me feel gross. So I'm just going to get ready in my dressing gown. Also, it makes me feel kind of fancy. Like this is what I used to do if I was going on a night out, would be get in the shower and then, get ready in my dressing gown, not put my dress on until the last minute. So to slick my hair back, I always use these little wax styling sticks. They're only about £5, but they're linked in my Amazon storefronty thing if you want to check them out. And I like to kind of prep my hair while I'm doing my makeup, and then I'll basically go back and redo it just before I start filming. So I just tend to go around the edges and get the baby hairs in, and then just brush it back kind of where I want it, something close to. Also, I find doing my makeup so much easier when my hair is slicked back like this. This hairstyle over the last couple of months has definitely become one of my, would I call it a signature style? Maybe. One of my favourite clean looks, because I can just do it without thinking. It doesn't matter if my hair is greasy, it actually helps when it's greasy, to be honest. And it keeps it off my face, and it pretty much goes with any outfit. If I'm wearing a tracksuit, it goes with it. If I'm going out, you know, I can be in a dress and heels and still have like a sleek, slick back pony. Also, I do this to try and get my hair used to being up. That might sound weird, but if I haven't had my hair up for a while, it feels so uncomfortable when I do first put it up, like when I do first slick it back. So I like to try and leave it like this for an hour or so before I put it in a proper tight slick back, so that my, I don't know, brain has got used to it. So I'm just going to be using my, what is this called? Smoothing brush, maybe? If you don't have one of these, they are literally the key to getting that real smooth slick back. It just makes everything fall into place. It just stops you from having like comb marks as well, which, especially if you've got highlights, I feel like my hair looks like it's got sort of comb marks in it anyway. But there we go. That is my little go-to quick slicked back hairstyle. So that is going on my list of signature looks. The camera's just moved. Slick back. What is this called? I won't even call it a slick back bun at the moment. Just a slick back and off my face. Okay, so I have my hair in these little heatless rollers that I'm trying out, and I actually think this look is so cute. I feel like a little 1920s pin-up. Finishing my electrolyte drink, and although it's been really hard work filming recently with all the noise going on, I figured there's still stuff I can do. So in the style category of this change in my life, I decided that I wanted to figure out like my signature style. So that included my signature fashion, signature jewellery, signature hairstyle, etc, etc. Today I want to try and work on the jewellery aspect of that section. So I'm not sure how well the camera will pick it up, but I currently have gold jewellery in my ears at the moment and in my nose. My tongue bar, my ring, and the rest of my jewellery is all silver. So I've never ever worn gold jewellery. Everything I own is either silver or white gold. The only reason I have the nose rings and the earrings in gold at the minute is because it was my cousin's wedding in April, and my mum had a couple of heirloom pieces from my nan, who unfortunately has passed away, so she couldn't be present, and I really wanted to wear them to the wedding. So I changed everything out to match that, and then just never changed it back. I did buy like a couple of little gold pieces like this, and I don't know if I love the gold or not. I don't know if I'm a silver girl or a gold girl. You'll have to let me know. I think with the tone that my hair is at the minute, actually gold looks a lot better. I did do the little test online where you look at the colour of your veins, and mine are like a bluey kind of green. So that means I can wear either. But I need to change this up. I've really screwed myself over here because I thought I was going to change everything to silver, just dropping that. And now I'm looking at the silver versus the gold, and I think I prefer the gold again. Change is as good as the rest. I have ordered some new jewellery. I went and picked this up at the weekend because I would like some jewellery that I can just put on and not have to take off. So I'm just going to see what this looks like. This is just a really, really fine necklace, and I did want something a little bit longer. But I think that's actually quite a good length for something that I'm just going to keep on all the time. I think that works. I also picked up these little silver hoops, which I was thinking again, day-to-day wear. They're kind of cute, but I probably wouldn't be able to sleep in them. And this is super beautiful. This little tennis bracelet, how gorgeous is that? I'm not going to put that on. That is going to be kept for a special occasion, which I cannot reveal yet. But stay tuned and you will find out soon. Okay, so I'm going to have to be honest with you. I've just spent the last 15 minutes searching my entire house, including emptying out all of my jewellery box to try and find the new silver jewellery that I'd bought specifically for this video, because I wanted everything to be new and fresh and changed over. I can't find it because I ordered it like so many weeks ago, thinking I was being really good and like proactive and ahead of myself. It's now been that long that I can't remember where I put it. So the end of this video with me actually changing my jewellery is probably going to be in a few days' time when I've actually found it. It's clearly the next day and I'm going to apologise in advance again if you can hear the noise outside. It is the builders in the garden. Unfortunately, I can't get rid of them. So I wanted to film and show you guys that yes, I found my silver jewellery and I've changed all of my earrings over and my nose rings as well. Obviously, I've still got like my silver ring on, the rest of my jewellery's in my jewellery box. Please let me know in the comments below which you think looks better on my skin tone. Like I said, I think I lean a little bit more towards silver, maybe the neutral, depending on how much fake tan I've got on. But obviously silver's what I've got the majority of as well, so it does make my life a little bit easier. Also, the little necklace that I put on in the last video has broken. I had it on for about 24 hours and had real sensory issues going on with my clothes and sort of pulled my neck on my t-shirt like that, and it broke. So that was short-lived, but I guess that's just the ADHD tax. So while I'm feeling in the filming mood, in the let's change my life and style and signature things mood, I thought I would do my makeup because it literally feels like I haven't done it in weeks, and go for a little bit of a glowy look. Now you can see I've painted my nails, I've gone for super bright red, but oh my god, how long are my nails getting? I don't know how much you can tell on camera. These are my real nails. So at the minute, not that I planned on doing it, but I'm kind of going with keeping my natural nails. I don't know. Anyway, onto a glowy look. So all I've got on at the moment is my SPF, which is just the La Roche-Posay. I can never pronounce this, but this is the little guy, because it is so warm in the UK at the minute as well. So I definitely need the SPF. And then I'm trying this. This is a Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray. I know you can use it beforehand to prime, so I've done that. And I've also added a little bit of Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. So I'm going to try and do like a not too heavy, glowy, summery kind of look, because, you know, the summer is the time of year to do a summer kind of look. I'm going to be using my Kiko BB cream instead of a foundation, which that's going to be quite dramatic because normally I either have a full face or nothing on. But I want to try and find like a nice middle ground, like an everyday, I've got makeup on, but it's not that much kind of look. Also, I don't know if you can tell, but I've just put a little bit of brow glue on my brows, obviously because I laminated them. They've just gone up nicely and I might not put any more product on them. We'll see. So let me get this on, and then we have some new like cream products to test out, cream bronzers, and we'll see what happens. So I'm like one side in, like this side, and I really like this. I'm struggling with getting used to not having full coverage because I'm so used to not being able to see any of my freckles or any redness or basically any dimension at all on my face. It's normally so well covered. But the glow that this BB cream has is amazing. I think it is maybe slightly too yellow for my face at the moment, but it does match my neck, and that's probably because I've been trying to be really good at keeping my face out of the sun and covering my face in sun cream if I do go in the sun. Okay, so that is the BB cream on. I'm just gonna put a little bit of concealer because Lord knows I need it at the minute. My skin is having a breakdown. So I am going to cover up quite a bit on my nose and then just sort of bring that outwards under my eyes. I have a lot of like blue tones on the inner corner of my eyes, which is not a bad thing. So I don't know what it is at the moment that has given me such like an attraction to this dewy, more natural look. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older Obviously I'm not old, but I feel like when you're younger you definitely hate your skin more, and as you start to get older you learn to love like what you've got. So I don't want to cover up my freckles. I'm trying to learn to love my skin texture and everything else that I've got going on. But I really have felt drawn to like the cream, dewy, glowy look. So I'm just going to use this cream bronzer by Revolution. I've used this a couple of times, as you might be able to see, but not when I've had like a BB cream look. I've only used it on top of foundation, and honestly I think because I wasn't using it with a setting powder, again, it just didn't stay. I want a little bit more of a soft look as well. If you've seen on my Instagram any of my old makeup looks, I always used to go pretty dramatic, like the big lashes, really carved out cheekbones, and I feel like with the glowy look it's less about like straight lines and angular shapes and a little bit more kind of, I don't know, floaty, soft, gentle. That's how it makes me feel, and that's the sort of vibe I'm going with. I suppose, again, more in my feminine energy than in my like aggressive, angular, masculine energy. I am really loving this, really loving it. But I'm just going to go in with a little bit of like a translucenty pressed powder and put that over my eyelids. Haven't decided whether to try and do a bit of an eyeshadow or not. I feel like less is more, but sometimes it takes more makeup to look like you're not wearing makeup, as silly as that sounds. Decided I'm going to take a really light kind of neutrally brown combo and basically just give a little bit of definition on my lids. Like, I don't want it to look like I'm overly wearing eyeshadow. It just creates a bit more dimension in your face and hopefully will still look very natural. Okay, I think that's more than enough. This area here is already feeling sweaty. It's horrible and hot. This is literally the finest mist I have ever used in any form of like face spray or setting spray. It does say shockingly fine mist, but we know that brands like to lie to us. I don't know how to describe it. It barely feels like anything is touching your face, and my face doesn't feel wet, even though I know it is. It's not kind of dry yet. Like, is this glowing cute, or is this too, like, I look sweaty now? I don't know. I'm gonna try and dry that and see if it makes any difference, or if it just keeps me looking a little bit hot and sweaty. Going to do a little bit of simple liner and mascara, and I'll be back with you. Mascara is done. I've also put a little bit of lipstick on, and I think it's too much. I feel like, hang on, let me just try and wipe some of this off. I feel like lipstick just makes the whole look too much, because if we're just going for natural, I want it to be maybe just lip liner and a little bit of lip balm. So I feel like that definitely suits the look a little bit better. Onto the highlight, and that is the last thing. Also, I mentioned before that I perm my eyelashes. This is the first time I've properly put mascara on them. I'm trying to come in a little bit closer to show you, but this angle is horrific. I love it. Still can't decide if my face is too glowy. Probably definitely don't need to add more highlighter on top of this, but I just kind of feel like it goes with the look. So here is the final look. I've just turned my ring light off so you can see like in the natural light. Let me try and get a bit closer so you can have a look at the full kind of effect. This is a horrific angle, but you can definitely still see the texture in my skin and my freckles. I haven't quite decided if I look glowy or sweaty. I feel like it's a really fine line with dewy products, and because it is so hot at the minute, definitely a bit more dewy naturally than I would be. Also, putting my makeup on has made me love my silver jewellery again. I was kind of sad when I took the gold out, I'm not gonna lie, but I feel like it just goes, like it looks fresh, so maybe silver is the way to go for me. Obviously I'm still in my casual outfit at the moment, so I'm sure I'll love it even more once I've got changed, put the rest of my rings on and found another necklace to wear. But I'm going to say this was a huge success, so I'm going to go now because you can probably hear the beeping in the background of the diggers, and I definitely can't film while that's going on. But this look is, I'm going to give this like a 7.5 out of 10. If I knew that it was going to stay, I'd probably give it more, but I really enjoy this for like an everyday makeup look. So signature, everyday, easy makeup, check. Hello, this is editing me from the future, and it turns out that was pretty much the end of the styling video. I promise you there is a very, very good reason, and it will all be explained in episode 5 of this series as to why it all just pretty much went tits up, for lack of a better phrase. So please stick around and watch episode 5 because I'll be explaining everything. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will see you soon.